is KV Premraj on behalf of Optimus Studio. And in the studio, we have one of the most eminent guests that we could find in Padma Shri Professor Ganapati D. Yadav. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you.
From a village schoolboy to being ranked among the world's top scientists and a Padma Shri awardee, what has been the single most defining mindset that has shaped this extraordinary journey?
Excellent question.
Thank you.
I never give up on anything. I think tomorrow is always a better day. And one thing, you may be smart, you may be number one in anything, but consistency is the most important part of anybody's journey. If you are not consistent, you cannot be just one time achiever. You have to be consistently performing. So consistency is the hallmark of success.
That's beautifully put. You hold 137 patents and have worked extensively in green chemistry, sustainability, and hydrogen economy. How do you ensure that deep scientific research translate into real world industrial and social tech impact?
There are two issues to this. It is not only developing some new technology, new catalysts, new processes, but also translating them to an industrial scale. Industry does not invest in any innovation unless it returns them money, maybe plenty of money. They are always interested in return on investment and EBITDA and whatnot. So if you don't give them money back, nothing will make that technology work. I might call this something as an environment friendly technology, but on a lighter note, and I may say it is a green technology, but on a lighter note, I can tell you that the Shedji who owns the factory says you give me more green dollars than the technology. So ultimately, it has to be economical, environment friendly, and at the same time, it should be innovative. Then only the technology can be brought into the market.
That's a nice way to put it. And taking a cue from that, you are one of those rare scientists deeply connected with industry, serving on multiple corporate boards. What is India still getting wrong about industry academia collaboration, and how do you think we can fix that?
You know, one of the things that our Indian industry unfortunately believes that the academia does not do any good work. They will rather like to import technology from abroad at much expensive cost, but they would not like to trust the Indian academia. So for the academia also to be trustworthy, they must connect with industry, they must go and visit, they must do small projects with industry and convince them that they are able to do what industry wants. It is not that there may be small solutions for some problems. They might be requiring some tweaking here and there. At the same time, no industry will spend money, invest money, crores of rupees, unless they see the results. So it is success is autocatalytic. If you are successful on a small project, the industry will give you more project, better projects. So and these days, under corporate social responsibilities, industries can certainly support some projects which are valuable, which are useful to the society at large. So academics must also, be very enthusiastic about converting their research into industrial practice. It does not happen. It is a win-win situation. If industry gives you 10 rupees, they expect 100 rupees back. It is not that they will 10 rupees and they will expect only 20 rupees. No, no industry will appoint you as a consultant. Since I have been sitting on the boards of many, important companies, I have realized the discussions which normally happen on the boards are only related to money, finance, budget, etc. Hardly anybody talks on technology. So there has to be a mindset change in mindset. Industries must have a new director's position called a director of innovation and sustainability. That is what is required. Then only industries will be able to connect with academia. There are many good academics, but they don't know how to communicate with industry. They don't know the language of industry. They might go and try to explain to them maybe minute details which are not required. Industry wants in bullet point answers. Okay, this is what I can do for you, and this is the end result. And if that is connected with finances, profitability, industry would be interested in you.
That's beautifully put. You are shaping national policies in areas like green hydrogen and circular economy. What are the top two or three opportunities where India you feel can become a global leader in the next one decade?
Yeah, excellent question.
Thank you.
India aspires to have some 500 gigawatt of energy by 2030. My personal belief is that we should aim for 700 gigawatt, and we should be an energy exporting nation. I will give you one example. In the year 2050, which will be beyond our 100 years of independence, the world would require 49,000 terawatt hours of energy. See, if we say that 10% or 20% rather of this energy, because our population will be that, then we will be an energy exporting nation. Why not aim for 10,000 terawatt hours of energy? In that, we should have green hydrogen, we should have recycle, so-called recycle engineering. We should be concentrating on bio-based economy, that is waste biomass, including all other things where that can be recovered, reuse. So there are 5 R's. One is that one first R is when we want to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions, we have to convert that carbon dioxide into something else. It cannot be let go into the atmosphere. That means you must have carbon capturing technology. We must have conversion of carbon into something useful. And I will tell you another area where India will have a lot of importance is, it is not only this producing energy and exporting it, we must have policies which will allow this export. So if we become an energy exporting nation, then we will not have problems. Secondly, water management is another important area, because even if you want to produce green hydrogen, water will be required. And this water has to be conserved, recycled, reused. So there are many areas where policy will make the important part to the international reputation of India and global standing. We want to be $30 trillion economy by 2050. How are we going to become it? And you saw just a few minutes ago, Mr. Avasti said about UP's ambition to be a $1 trillion economy. I think in that $30 trillion economy, at least 5 states within India must contribute to lot less than $5 trillion each. So imagine what sort of policy must be there, what sort of industry should be there, and how policy can be implemented by having the industry friendly policies. Not just policy, but implementation is the most important part of it. We also require our youth to be entrepreneurs rather than just seeking government jobs. There are no government jobs. You have to create your own job. So this is where I think Indian youth have a lot of opportunities to contribute to this great game of a goal of becoming Vikasit Bharat. Okay, and
Thank
I
you.
think it is possible. India can do it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's quite a futuristic thought.
Yeah.
And my last question to you before we wind this up, what is it that you'd like to leave the delegates of this conclave with at least one powerful takeaway, especially for those looking for to grow their careers or business? What would that be?
Well, very good question.
Thank you.
Because when you are doing any business, there will be setbacks, right?
Hmm.
So never think of setback. I know from my personal experience and experience with my students at outside industries, nobody has become successful within 3 years. 3 years there is hard life, but those who persist, those who remain in that business, they go to all sorts of hardships. So never give up on any new idea. There may be initial setback, but certainly you should not give up. And there are so many people, good people in society, who would help you. I think I am very optimistic that in my personal experience, that we do not know so many good people. We know only few people. We might know bad people because they are highlighted in media, but good people are not highlighted. Our role models may be hidden somewhere, so we have to identify them. And it is possible that India can become a great nation. The youth power is tremendous. Our youth is very resourceful. and they would like to experiment something new and see that there are so many. So like your RMB, you said Rotary means business. So obviously at the end of this particular conference, one day conference, a lot of people will have new business ideas, I can tell you that much.
Thank you.
And they will think of starting some new businesses or offshoot of their own businesses.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.